and welcome again to my channel. Today we shall be looking at Master in Paper 3 for CSEC English Specimen Paper. I am your presenter, Mrs. Anush Harrison Jackson. I trust that you'll find this presentation beneficial. All the best to you in your examination. Remember, at all times, hard work is the key to success, and you can achieve anything if you believe. God bless you. Of this presentation are as follows. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to 1. Discuss the approach that should be taken to master in paper 3. 2. Read 3 given specimens using the approach given. 3. Explain the various language techniques found in the 3 texts and comment on their effectiveness. 4. Answer questions 1A, 1B, and 1C based on the given specimen paper. Paper 3, CSEC English A. 1. Read all 3 texts before attempting to answer the given questions. You have to read all texts before answering the given questions. Note carefully the topic or subject matter that is addressed by all 3 writers in the different texts. 2. Look at how the writer treats the given subject matter. Note closely the language techniques used in each text, noting how relevant they are to the subject matter that is being explored. 3. Look at the different medium used by the writer and note the relevance or significance of each medium used in relation to the subject matter being discussed. By looking at the specimen paper, the instruction reads, read the 3 texts carefully and then answer the questions that follow. Text number 1, editorial from a newspaper. Discipline is at the crux of the issue. It was triggered weeks ago when 2 female students wearing natural hair posed their pictures on Facebook complaining that their principal expressed disapproval of their hairstyles. In an interview with this newspaper, the principal said her only edict, which she indicated clearly to the students, was that they be neat and tidy in their uniforms and that certain hairstyles were simply not appropriate for classes. We endorse these comments by the principal, whose intention, it appears, is to set standards for the school she leads and the students in her charge. Students need to clearly understand that there are rules that govern the general operations of schools and those that speak to the deportment of those attending these institutions. Are you able to identify any technique so far, language technique? So as you read, look at the subject matter that is being addressed and the language techniques that the writer may use in addressing this subject matter and how the writer treats the subject matter. National Council of Parent Teachers Association put the issue into perspective when she said that this was not about hair, but discipline and respect for rules. We also agree with her on the point that schools are not just about the teaching of mathematics and English. Schools help prepare students for life. From school, students go on to the world of work, and if they find it difficult to follow school rules, how will they fare on the job when there are regulations in place that must be obeyed? While there are natural rights and freedom which cannot be suppressed, children in school must conform to the standards set. The issue came to the fore again just yesterday when this newspaper revealed that a new dress code was implemented for police officers, banning them from wearing dreadlocks, makeup, extreme hair color, or having visible tattoos. Some police officers are reportedly upset by the new rules outlined in a section of the RBPF Policy on General Appearance of Police Officers dated January 15, 2015. Are you able to identify any language techniques that you may see in this article so far? Do not believe the issue at hand is simply the wearing of natural hair. The larger point speaks to upholding discipline in society and the need for respect for rules and authority. Whether it is in our schools or police force, without these, we would be a lost society. Adapted from Discipline is at the crux of the issue, editorial, Nation News, January 22nd, 2015. Are you able to identify any language techniques that you may see so far? Do you understand the issue that is being addressed? If you are, you can leave a comment in the comment section. This is sung by Indiana Irie. I am not my hair. Little girl with the press and curl. Age 8, I got a Jerry curl. 13, I got a relaxer. I was the source of so much laughter. At 15, when it all broke off. 18, and went all natural. February 2, 2002. Did what I had to do because it was time to change my life, to become the woman that I am inside. 97 dreadlocks all gone. I looked in the mirror and for the first time I saw that, hey, I am not my hair. I am not the skin. I am not your expectation. No, no. I am not my hair. I am not the skin. I am a soul that lives within. I don't know. It looked crazy. I like it. I might do that. I wouldn't go that far. I know. Ha 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 ha. Good hair means curls and wave. Bad hair means you look like a slave. At the turn of the century, it is time for us to redefine who we be. We can shave it off like a South African beauty. In unlock like Bob Marley. You can rock it straight like Oprah Winfrey. It's not what's on your head, it's what's underneath. And they say, hey, I am not my hair. Indiana Irie, Song of Windswept Pacific, retrieved 09 March 2018. Do you like that song? Did you enjoy that song? Okay. Do you understand the message that is being sent by the writer? Do you see the language techniques being employed by the writer? Resilience. emerging, emancipated, elated, enthusiastic, pushing proudly up through layers upon layers of denial, past denaturing chemicals and excessive heat. Curls emerge, triumphant, blatant refusal to be ignored, blatant defiance of standards. Despite countless chemicals and incessant heat, curls return. A complexity, simple statement and reminder of identity and culture. Our hair is as our land is, as we are, ever beautifully resilient. Sun-kissed gem resilience retrieved 27th of February 2015 from www.naturalcurly.com. That you have read all three texts, it is important now that you examine the questions, note the key terms in the questions so as to avoid misinterpretation. Question 1A reads, outline the main issue addressed in each of the three texts. And this is a standard question that is usually given in paper 3, the very first question. And of course, the value is 6 marks. So as a result of this, you have to ensure that you write extensively on this question and that you ensure that you clearly examine the issue in all three. Let us look at a standard response. All three texts address the main issue of hair in terms of natural hair. However, the writer of each text examined this subject matter from a different perspective or perspectives. In the text 1, the newspaper article, the writer examines the importance of grooming one's hair as an indicator that he or she will adhere to rules and regulations. While in text 2, the songwriter expresses that individuals are not defined by their hair, but their values, the soul that lives within. In the third text, the poem, the poet implies that our hair reveals our identity and culture. Examine question 1B. I know that question 1A was a mouthful, but let us look at question 1B, what it requires. For any one of the texts given, that means any one, you can choose text number 1, text number 2, or text number 3. Assess the appropriateness of that medium for the purpose of communicating the specific issue. As you know, there are different mediums whereby we communicate. We can communicate verbally or through a verbal or non-verbal medium or a written medium, right? And of course, there are various types of written medium, all right? So let us now look at this question again for any one of the texts given, right? Text 1, text 2, or text 3. Assess the appropriateness, and by that we mean the suitability of that medium for the purpose of communicating the specific issue. Text 1, the medium used to communicate the message of the importance or significance of grooming one's hair is the newspaper. It is an appropriate medium for communicating this message because adults are the frequent readers and buyers of the newspapers, hence they are the target audience, and as a result, they will be able now to emphasize the importance of grooming to their children. All right. Text 2. The medium used to communicate the message of the fact that people are more than their hair is a song. Now, this is an appropriate medium as it will be able to reach the target audience, which are young girls who need to be reassured that they are more than their hair type. And of course, this would girls will gravitate towards the song. Hey, I am not my hair. Right, good. Text 3. The medium used to communicate the message of the fact that our hair reveals our identity and culture is a written one in the form of a poem. It is an appropriate medium as readers will be able to relate to the issues or the themes explored in a rather engaging and informative manner. All right. Trust that was also a mouthful, but I trust that you will look at it again, assess the various medium, and see if we're on point. If you disagree with what is said, of course, you're free to do so. You're entitled to your opinion, and you can write your comments in the comment section. For any two of the texts given, choose one language technique used in each and explain its effectiveness. 6 marks. The language technique used in all three texts varied. In text 1, there is the use of direct quotation, statement from authoritative figures, rhetorical questions, analogies, and metaphor. The direct quotations from authoritative figures such as the school's principal and the president of the National Council of Parent Teacher Association have made the claims made about the importance of grooming one's hair more valid. The rhetorical question from schools students go on to the world of work, and if they find it difficult to follow rules, how will they fare on the job when there are regulations in place that must be obeyed is effective in that it will cause the reader to ponder, to think about the importance of grooming one's hair. It will also make the points raised by the school's principal more valid as persons are able to make the association based on the analogy given. Techniques used in all three varied. In text 2, again, the writer uses repetition, rhymes, metaphor, and bold caps. Repetition. I am not my hair. This is done to emphasize that individuals are not defined by their hair. And then rhymes. Wave and slave. Good hair means curls and wave. Bad hair means you look like a slave. Is used to express certain serious issue in a playful manner, thus making the song memorable and entertaining. So we can remember that line because of the rhymes that are used by the poet, the songwriter. Language techniques. Now, language techniques are the devices used by the writer in addressing his or her subject matter or topic. Some examples of language techniques: alliteration, allusion, analogies, rhetorical question, hyperbole, emotive language, statistical data or research, rhymes and rhythm, catchy words and phrases, sarcasm, irony, paradox, repetition, and there are many, many more. So, what you need to do in order to remember language techniques is that you need to revisit devices, okay? Be it poetic devices, be it persuasive devices or techniques, every device that one utilizes in addressing his or her subject matter is considered a language technique. Contrast can also be used as a language or be considered as a language techniques. Quotations can be used as a language technique. Again, depending on your subject matter, that will determine sometimes the techniques that are used. I trust that you have found this presentation beneficial and that you are now able to answer questions 1A to 1C on any given paper 3 examination. God bless you. If you found this presentation enjoyable, remember to like, share, tell a friend, and subscribe. If you found this presentation enjoyable, remember to